Hey Divas, welcome and welcome back. It's your girl Keisha here with another video, and today we're going to set up the first paycheck in the month of September. So if you like budgeting, cash stepping, sinking funds, savings, challenges, planning, every and all things that have to do with your money, girl, I would love for you to subscribe, but more importantly, don't move. All right, Diva, well, we are in September, girl. September's here. All right, she is here. So the previous video, I set up my entire monthly spread. If you haven't seen that, go ahead and check it out. One thing I did discuss is that some of the biggest things this month to me is that we're actually going on our cruise this month, which you guys have watched me save for and plan for. And I have my Amazon Prime and Amazon and Clear membership that is due. I pay my Amazon Prime annually, and the Clear membership is also due annually. Both are due in September. So those are the main things that I really have this month. Obviously, things always pop up, but your girl's not worried about that, okay? We are worried about what we know is going to happen. So if you're new here, this is the 90-day budget workbook, because sometimes your finances change like the season, and we are going to be setting up, like I said, paycheck 1 for the month of September. I do get paid once a month. Do have a couple side hustles. Sometimes money comes in, sometimes money doesn't come in. So I really just focus my budget on the money that I'm gonna get, which is what we receive in the beginning of the month. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna fill in this beginning portion, and then I'll be right back to walk you through and see how much money your girl's bringing in. All right, let's do it. Okay, so I filled in my income for the first week in September. We are gonna be working through the 1st through the 7th. So during that time period, I'm expected to bring in $13,800. This is the first 3 numbers of the income that we bring in normally at the beginning of the month. And then the 2 sinking funds I'm using at the beginning of the month are for my Amazon Prime and Clear membership. So now what we're gonna do here, we're gonna fill in our bills, and I can do that one or 2 ways, okay? I can just come right here, flip over, and just copy it there, because we did do the work over there. Or I can just refer to the monthly pre-budget that I have here to fill in the bills that are due. So I'm gonna go ahead, fill in the bills that are due. Again, I'm only focusing on the 1st through the 7th, and then I'll be back and walk you through like always. Okay, I was able to fill in everything, all of the bills that are due between the 1st and the 7th. So we have my mortgage, my second house, my debt, all of the things that I listed here for that first through 7th. So that total comes up to $6,233.00. When I do the budgeted column, I use whole numbers. Just makes life easier for me. When the actual comes in, then I'll use the cents, right? Because there's really nothing that I have that's exactly $10. I'm lying. The ring might be $10, but something might be $9.99. It just makes for easier math to do the whole numbers during the budgeting process. But when the actual numbers come in, I'll put the actual amounts. So for the first week, I'm spending, like I told you, $6,233. So when I subtract that from my income for the first week, I have $7,567. Okay, so we're gonna bring that total down here. Now for the first week, I'm not doing any additional long-term saving, so I'm gonna just put that for a 0. So my contribution total is 0, okay? So that means I'm just carrying this over or carrying this down. And then we're gonna take this total, which is the same as this total, over here to my variable expenses. Okay, so unlike my bills that are due, the people that I owe tell me how much I owe. The variable expenses, I can control how much I spend. And I've been pretty good with this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill this in and then walk you through what I've come up with for the first week of September. Okay, so everything is filled in now. Let me just walk you through. So allowance for the first week is $232. Groceries is $600. If you're new here, I take up my entire grocery budget for the month. It just makes it easier for me. If I see a deal in the supermarket, like a buy 2, get 2 or something like that, it's just easier for me to have all my grocery funds available to me at the beginning of the month. And then I just manage that throughout the entire month. Eating out, I do budget that weekly, so $40 this week. Gas, $80. It's a little bit higher this week because my daughter has a game in Atlanta. I am an hour outside of the city, so the gas there, and 2, I want to take that into account that we're going to be spending more on gas this week. And my son also has a football game as well. Miscellaneous, $10. I always give myself some grace, girl, in case I go in a Dollar Tree or something else, okay? Beauty, $200. And I did $200 this week because I need to get my daughter's hair done, or in the middle of the month, well, next week. She has a picture day and she's in 5th grade, so I want to make sure her hair looks really, really pretty, you know, for the yearbook picture. And then we're going on our cruise a few days after that. So I just figured, since her tournament is in Atlanta, we typically get our hair done on that side of town versus where I live. So I just said, oh, ease. That saves me on gas and time because we are already on that side of town. So even though we are a couple days before she actually needs her hair done, we just gonna make sure that joke is tied up nightly, okay? Because she's gonna preserve that hairstyle so she look good for picture day. Next, we have fun, $40. Don't have anything planned, but this is to cover me to go to the games. So entrance into my son's game is $5 each, so that's $10 for me and my husband. I'm not sure there's a fee for the soccer games. I doubt that, but we're traveling down to the city. We may want to grab lunch. I mean, we're easy, like a Chick-fil-A type thing. So I don't want that to come out of my eating out expense. So I want to have separate money for fun, because that's entertainment, that's fun, that kind of thing. Coffee, $15, girl. I'm typically a $10 girly, but because we have to commute and because I'm going to have to be sitting there waiting for my daughter's hair to be done, I might need a cup of Joe while I'm sitting there, okay? Next is shopping, $300. This is something I also budgeted for the entire month, okay? Have right here, I have clothing, $300. So I'm just gonna put it here. Even though I don't anticipate spending $300 in the first week of September, I just want to have it here, and anything I spend, I'll just subtract it. I can tell you right now that I'm probably going to exceed this shopping, because what had happened was TikTok had influenced me to buy a bag, and my birthday is next month, and I'm just like, babe, let's just go ahead and just start pre-celebrating. Like, let's go ahead and just let the gifts start trickling in. Like, this is not going to be a random shopping experience. This is going to be, let's charge it to the birthday game. Let's charge it to the birthday game. Okay, I might categorize it under shopping, but I really should categorize it under holiday or celebration. Okay, so $300 there. My business expense, I need to buy some things. I'm going to be doing a live maybe, or unboxing here. So if you haven't subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe down below, like I mentioned earlier, because I'm really putting a lot of effort into bringing this holiday, something special for the holidays. So, you know, I'm still picking up a few things here and there. So I always want to have money for my business to cover expenses like paper, things like that. And household is detergent, paper towel, all of those things, okay? So for the first week, and remember, this first week also includes things that are for the month, like my groceries, like my shopping, like my business. So these are high numbers. So that brings my variable expense up to $1,857. Once I subtract that from my remaining leftover balance from this side of the worksheet, I have $5,710 left, okay? Next, we have my sinking funds and savings challenges. I'm just going to go ahead and bring this down. Okay, and the only thing I'm focused on this first week is my travel binder, because again, we're just a few weeks away from my trip, and I just want to solidify my numbers with you guys and put money in the bank and do whatever I need to do, pay for some last minute things. So I want to get that done as early as possible. So that's the only thing I'm going to be doing for this first week in the month, okay? So I'm gonna put my travel binder. Okay, and for my travel binder, I wasn't really sure on the amount, so I'm just gonna put $1,000 here. And once we go through that in that video, I'm probably gonna work on that, getting my numbers straight after this video. I'll see, but I think $1,000, because remember, you haven't seen the video. I keep talking about it, but you haven't seen it. I did close everything out. I screwed up a little bit in that video, but nonetheless, my travel binder has 1414. Okay, so I think $1,000 more will take me to where my goal needs to be, is what my assumption is. So anyway, Let's subtract that from what we have left over. That's easy math. Okay. And then that brings me down here to additional debt and savings. So I'm not doing anything additional. I'm not doing anything extra with my savings. So I'm just going to go ahead and carry this number down here. Okay. So after I subtract the $1,000, we have $4,710. So I'm going to roll that over to the second week of September. So after I do that, it's going to be $0 left. That means I have a zero-based budget. Now, you might be saying to yourself, if I'm rolling this over, how can it be a zero-based budget? Because technically I've spent it because I've given it an assignment. Having a zero-based budget doesn't mean you have to have $0 in the bank. It just means whatever you have in your bank, in your cash envelopes, whatever, it has a meaning, it has a purpose, it's there for something. So this money is there to stay put so that I can ride out with it, you know, next week and so forth and so on, okay? So now the next step is that some of these envelopes I'm actually gonna pull cash out for. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill this out, fill out the amount and the denominations, and then I will be back to close out paycheck number 1 with you, okay? Okay, so I finished doing the cash envelope breakdown. I'll just walk you through. My allowance is $182. Over here it says $232, but we transfer $50 to my other son. We don't give him cash, so that's $182 cash I'm going to be pulling out. Groceries is $600. I'm going to take 2 $100 bills and the rest in 20s. Eating out, gas, miscellaneous, beauty, fun, coffee, household. So I'm taking out pretty much everything. The only thing that I'm not taking out cash for is shopping, because again, that'll probably be online, and anything with my business, I'm probably going to do online, purchase anything online. And then the travel binder, I just threw a dart in the air. I'm just taking a few different denominations to finish that binder out and get focused on getting ready for my expenses for my trip. So that is it, Diva. Paycheck number 1 is set. She is ready to go. I already had some transactions hit already, so I'm going to come in and actually put the actual amount. You know, guys, I have the expense tracker, so I'll be able to come down and write my expenses as they hit. And we are all set to go. So next time you see this is when I'll actually be doing my budget closeout for the first week in September, okay? So if that's your vibe, and you haven't subscribed, hey, look at me rapping. If that's your vibe, then by all means, I would love for you to join the fam here. Okay, well, that is it. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for staying to the end. And like always, I'll see you in the next one. Later.